Good morning, everyone. How are we doing today? August 2nd, Sunday, August 2nd. And, first off, this is the daily financial news, but I got to highlight. I went back and reviewed all of those wonderful book reports. Remember, we threw up a July challenge on this channel, trying to get kids to think about real estate, think about investing, all of that good stuff. I offered up $100 for the top two. That morphed into the top three. And after reading all of the reports again yesterday, I couldn't find just three winners. So I spent the afternoon basically putting together a couple of extra winners, and I made sure everyone that submitted a report not only gets a thank you card, but also gets some cash. Couldn't afford to give everyone $100, but I am giving out over $1,000 to various kids and adults. This is just the batch that I couldn't get in the mail yesterday before the mailman came. So lots of kids, thank you. Parents, thank you. I hope you enjoyed the contest. I hope you had some meaningful conversations, right? This $1,000 was just for you and your kids to talk about money, talk about investing. This is getting so big now, I think I'm going to have to look for sponsors. Maybe some banks or mortgage companies or someone wants to co-sponsor with me next time because, $1,000, that's, I'm going to consider that part of my goals, giving away money. That's how I rationalized it. So anyways, so there we go. These will go out in the mail today, but it'll go out Monday, right? Because mailman doesn't come Sunday. Next up, I got a bunch of comments around Ken McElroy's housing prediction for 2021. I actually saw it yesterday. I just watched it again this morning. I will do my own video review or thoughts on it. I have about a page of notes. But in essence, really brief, my summary is he says, learn your market. So if you follow this channel, I love that. But we will break that down into more details. So as far as the goals or as far as the financial news of the day, again, home ownership hit a peak, 67.9. There are some questions about the data. Apparently, it was done all over the phone instead of in person. I'm not really sure why that matters. But, people want to pick apart this stuff. I don't know why. Why can't we have some good news? I consider home ownership good news, just so we're clear. I actually see home ownership rising probably for the next 2 to 4 quarters. Because what we are seeing, and nobody is talking about yet, is we are seeing renters from high-priced areas become owners in lower-priced areas. That is what happened. That's what's happening. Nobody's talking about it. And I think that is net good for individuals. If you know my story, owning a home in Sunnyvale, California really saved us many different times. So I'm a huge fan of home ownership. And I think it rises and, it could get close to 70%. And the beauty of this is not fake 2008 home ownership or 2007, where tenants with no credit, no jobs, no income got houses. That was fake. This is real loans. This is real 30-year fixed rate debt. So yes, some of these people will lose their homes. It happens. People lose their jobs, death, divorce, but it will not be the mass spiral and dominoes that we saw in 2007. Because, there were 3%, 3 or 4% of people were buying then that shouldn't. Just shouldn't and couldn't, but they did. And that was the craziness of then. So I feel really good about that. It'll be interesting to watch it. I'm a firm believer in that, so we will see what happens. Very disappointed still with politicians. I was hoping they were meeting today. As expected, they had a good meeting yesterday. It's August 1st. You guys are late. What the hell? But I read a note that they're not meeting today. They're meeting with their individual parties, and they're going to come back together Monday. They better come out with a good message Monday before the market opens, or we're going to start to lose faith. Because it's a big deal. It is certainly a big deal. I certainly now expect unemployment benefits to get $600. I expect that to stick. I actually think the Democrats have played this game better than the Republicans, and I expect the Democrats to get 600. I expect, what would I think? I think the Republicans will get their liability thing. What else? I think both parties want to extend the evictions for mortgages. We'll see what happens there. The big thing is I think the sticking point is going to be the states. The Democrats want to bail out the states. And the Republicans clearly don't want to, given that I think, frankly, that the states that need it are blue. So I think that will be the biggest sticking point. Yeah, I think that's going to be the biggest sticking point. So we'll see. I think you have to watch all of this and see what's going on. As for rents in the next quarter, Matt, thank you for asking. It's going to be interesting. It's all on the 600. I don't mean to simplify it or not. If the 600 is not extended or it goes to 200, the 95% rent collection that we've heard about the last 4 or 5 months won't happen. Just won't. It'll be regionalized, no question. But in general, rent collection won't be nearly as good. It just can't. It just can't. So there we go. What else? Oh, did you see this? I don't know if you're interested in getting another passport, but the Caribbean islands, St. Lucia, I wrote down, but there were others, is selling discounted citizenship. All you got to do is buy $250,000 in their zero interest bonds, and I think make a housing purchase. And boom, 6 months later, you are a citizen of St. Lucia. I don't know. Anybody out there looking to join the party in the Caribbean islands? Seems like, I thought that was interesting. Discounted citizenship this morning. High-end stores are leaving their areas, right? New York, Fifth Avenue. Valentino, very high-end designer, is looking to break their lease. And that is, just one of many. The high-end shopping, I don't know, what do you want to call it, fad or trend that we have been doing the last couple of years is breaking. One of the things that I see coming from this health event is we're going to see a consumer change. It'll be the first event in my adult life that really changes the consumer. All the other ones have been too brief or too shallow. This one is changing the consumer, and we have to watch. And what that means is less silly spending, right? Do you need a $1,000 purse or is it a $100 purse? Do you need 17 pairs of, expensive shoes or 2? I really think high-end stuff is in trouble. New York, Fifth Avenue, think Beverly Hills, things of that nature. So it will be interesting. And yes, I see that, Matt. We'll see. We'll see. I would tell you the phone for most people is not a nice to have. A phone today is a need. What I'm referring to, Matt, is wants. A phone is not a want anymore. It is a need. So I don't think it's fair to make the connection between Apple and Louis Vuitton, Apple and Valentino. They're not the same thing, at least in my opinion. What else we got? Talk about the week ahead. It'd be interesting to see what happens with TikTok. It was supposed to be banned yesterday, right? I didn't see anything. It looks like it's also in talks to be bought by a big American company. Microsoft, at least, is in the running. I'm sure there are many others. Yeah, so it will be interesting. I think we'll see a resolution on TikTok this week. It's very likely that we could see both a ban and a sale this week. I mean, I could see both happening. So we will see where that goes. As for the week ahead, we got some numbers or important things that I've identified Monday through Friday. Monday, it's vehicle sales. What I have seen is vehicle sales is going the way of housing, right? First time owners. And just on a little tidbit, I know we had pending homes last week. I just got a note from a Fresno broker that I work with saying that she is as busy as she's ever been in 20 years this weekend. She had two open houses. She had 50 people come through and 35 offers. Folks, this ain't normal. This is not, I've been doing this 20 years. This market is nuts. It is very dangerous to be an investor in a market where you have 35 owners competing with you to buy a house. Please be careful and learn your market. So, sorry for that. But again, vehicle sales. It will be interesting to see what's going on. Tuesday, Walt Disney. It'll be interesting to see, what's going on there. Are they still losing money? If so, how much? What's going on with the theme parks? What's going on with Disney Plus? Lots of good stuff we can watch there. Wednesday is our first cut at July employment data. It's ADP. As I've shared in past months, ADP sometimes nails it and sometimes is off, but it's our first cut at July. And all I can hope for is a positive number. I am hoping we have job growth. If you've been watching this channel for a couple of weeks, you know we have a negative trend now in more unemployment claims. So this is a number I don't feel good about. I mean, if it's anywhere close to even zero, like even, that's not good. But if it's negative, meaning we lost jobs, ooh, that's not good. Then Thursday, initial claims. Again, we'll see if we have a 3 weeks in a row of going and initial claims. Then we have Datadog and Papa John's. We'll see what's going on there. And then we have Friday's the big day. It'll be July unemployment data. Are we ticking down from 11.1 lower, or heaven forbid, if that goes up, oh, that won't be good. If it goes from 11.1 to 12, not good. I think I caught a question that just came up in one of these little chat boxes talking about the NFL or college football. Well, I think you're learning something by watching the NBA and Major League Baseball. The NBA went the extra mile and created a bubble, as they call it. And thus far, knock on wood, nobody that's in the bubble has tested positive, and they're, 3 days, 4 days in. So good on them. Major League Baseball seems to have a growing, infection crisis, and could shut the season down. So what I would tell you is college football is probably not likely because, again, these are supposed to be student athletes. So how can they be in a bubble and still go to class? Not likely. So I think college football gets canceled. One guy's opinion. I love college football. I like college football more than professional football. So it pains me to say that, but that's what I think. I think the NFL will look at what's going on with Major League Baseball and the NBA and very quickly go, you know what? We got to go the NBA route, not the MLB route. So they're going to pick a location and they're going to camp everybody there. And that will be interesting. NFL teams are much bigger than basketball teams. You need more privacy, playbooks and all of that. And these are some very large men. So it will be interesting to see what's going on. So I would tell you, to this random question, I think college football gets canceled. It could be delayed first. Think NBA season starting on Christmas Day versus starting in October this year. So it could be delayed a month as they try to make it through. But if you really want to treat them as student athletes, which I believe you should, I can't see college football starting. I think the NFL, probably within the next 2 or 3 weeks, goes, you know what? We're going to camp here or there. And then the NFL schedule gets weird, right? Because everybody usually plays Sunday or Monday. They'll probably have to put together a schedule where they're playing 7 days a week and, have 5 or 6 days between games or something. So that's the only hope for the NFL, I think. The NFL can't go the same route as Major League Baseball. It won't work. Football is a contact sport. And if you let everybody just bounce around the country, you're done. You'll get 3 games into the season and it'll stop. So that's what I think. Thanks for asking. All right, everybody, take care of yourself. I have a very interesting interview at 8 a.m. my time. I have somebody halfway through the 75-day hard challenge. So we're going to see how he's doing. And then I think I get interviewed by another podcast at 10. But sometime between then, 8 and 10, I will do the Ken McElroy. And I'll do that as a live stream just because it's easier for me. Take care, everyone. Bye.